important point, but let's take it to some of the banking deliverables coming in from the budget. Rajiv Anand is back with us. Rajiv, can you hear me loud and clear?
I can hear you now.
All right, great.
Thank you.
All right, so welcome to NDTV Profit. And a few of the aspects, the big one coming in for the banking sector is the Banking Committee for Viksit Bharat. Also, a lot of support given to the bond market. And third, MSME as well as micro enterprises, given a lot of support from the wholesale banking point of view. How do you see this? So overall, how is banking sector going to get impacted with the budget, first of all, to begin with?
I think if you look at the budget arithmetic, it's very credible, 10% nominal, and so therefore no complaints about the budget arithmetic. Two is there's a greater focus on capex. That once again is very positive as we look to improve the quality of spends that we have and build for the future. Like you rightly said, there's a much bigger focus on MSMEs. One of the big issues that MSMEs have traditionally had is that their payments from particularly government entities slows down, but with the TRES platform now getting a much bigger impetus, that gets addressed as well. Capital is going to be provided to MSMEs, as banks like us who are looking to build out a large MSME portfolio. This just increases the bankable universe that is there for us. So to that extent, very, very positive. And I think I do believe also that because of the fact that this is a continuing growth-oriented budget, we should see a reasonably strong growth in the country into the foreseeable future, which by definition is good for banks as well. I think as far as the high-level committee itself is concerned, two big issues that I think are going to be deeply discussed. One is the whole issue around ownership, and second is this disconnect between ownership and voting rights. But I think you can already see how the regulator is thinking about this. We've seen two large transactions, the RBL Emirates Bank transaction and the Yes Bank SMBC transaction, and gives you some idea in terms of how the regulator is thinking about this. I think all in all, it's what one would, to use a cliche, a growth-oriented budget. Yes, of course, the markets are sulking a bit as a result of the STT increase, which I think is a bit unfortunate. But I think everything that is there in this budget will address the one other big issue that markets have been grappling with, which is growth at a micro level rather than at a macro level. I don't think anybody has an issue with Indian macro. I think that the issue that we've had so far is the percolation of that into micro, and I think some of the things that have been done in this budget will certainly help in that. The other big thing that's happened is addressing pain points. I mean, whether it is at a citizen level, whether it is at MSME level, exporters, and so on and so forth. I think we are certainly seeing a lot of work that's been done to ease the pain points for each of these sectors, and I think that certainly is very, very welcome.
Rajiv, that was interesting in terms of the macro picture of it. A pointed question when it comes to IndusInd. Now, one, we're talking about MSME and SME growth fund as well. 10,000 crores is what we're looking at that has been announced. IndusInd Bank, historically very strong when it comes to SME lending. How do you see that benefiting? And two, we're talking about the municipal bond issuance as well as the introduction of total return swaps that has come in for corporate bonds. Now, given your background in wholesale banking at Axis Bank, how do you plan to position IndusInd Bank's wholesale division as well in terms of benefiting from something like this?
I have already mentioned that one of the big growth engines for us, in addition to what we already have on the microfinance side as well as in the vehicle finance business, is the build out of a granular MSME business, and everything that I heard today is only fortifying that point of view that we have. There is going to be a lot more investment in terms of people and distribution and technology within this space as we go forward. Municipal bonds, I think we will have to wait and watch. This is, having spent many years in this market, I have seen multiple attempts at creating a muni bond market. So we will have to just wait and watch on how that plays out. But on the other side, the total return swap or TRS on corporate bonds, I think will only help deepen the corporate bond market, given the fact that we now have multiple players, pension funds, mutual funds, insurance, and banks in this market. I do believe that that is going to become an important tool for all the market participants going forward.
Rajiv, appreciate that you've taken the time. Alex here, I would have loved to ask you a question myself, but we're short of time, and I will catch up with you very soon. Thank you so much for taking the time and speaking to us on Budget Day.